welcome to Table Talk. This is a show where we talk about the topics that you suggest via Twitter and the hashtag Table Talk or on reddit.com/r/SourceFed. I'm Trisha Hirschberger.
I'm Steve.
I'm Reina.
And this episode today is brought to you by domain.com. If you thought about getting a website, you need a domain, you need some web hosting, you can get 15% off by going to domain.com and putting in the code SFNERD. And they actually have some fun extensions like .ninja. If you want a website, myfacesmells.ninja.
That's pretty legit.
You know,
I like that.
like that.
Yeah, I didn't know that. That was actually pretty great.
Yeah, they have weirdo ones, and it's a lot of fun. So check them out.
Guys, let's get started. Look, this is a big old steamy plate of delicious, and we're about to dig in with our forks and knives.
Steamy plate. When
we
Steve
both-
says steamy plate, I'm like, okay, it's poop. We're talking
be
about poop. Alex Blom, who's not poop, at Len11999.
That's not poop.
That's not poop. Did you ever have to get braces? Hashtag table talk.
No.
Yeah.
No.
You
Never?
never had
You see
No.
those teeth? Well, they're pretty
Wow,
good
they're
for
nice.
no braces.
For
Look
no
how
braces.
straight your bottom teeth are.
Yeah, and you don't have like a super overbite or anything.
No, I'm pretty.
That's
I've got
good,
pretty,
dude.
Great teeth.
I've got some good teeth. I got
Pretty
strong
jelly.
teeth.
Up high, Zaragoza jeans.
I had braces. I had braces when I was older, so I was sad about it.
What age were you when you had braces?
Pretty much, I think, majority of high school, but I started smiling funny because of it, because it was like really obvious that it was in my mouth, and like.
Did you have the rubber bands?
Yeah, oh yeah, totally.
yeah.
I kind of liked them though because I'm a masochist and it hurts a little bit, so I would like double up on the rubber band sometimes. I'd be like, I liked it.
Someone
Things you
is
learn about
adding.
Reina.
Someone's adding some shit to your Wikipedia right now.
Yeah?
As we speak.
Someone's learning about Reina.
Oh.
Well, but yeah, what I didn't like about it though is I have really thin lips, so like it would be effortful to close my lips like that and,
around them.
Yeah, and I didn't smile for like years, so like my high school yearbook pictures are very angry, very upset and angry.
Aw.
And it kind of changes your face shape.
It does.
Right? Like after a while. And
Well, it depends what you have in there.
Did you ever use the
Invisalign? I wish. No. Though, first of all, those are like were triple as expensive when I was
Yeah,
in
they're
high
really
school,
expensive.
Right? Yeah. Now they're more accessible, but
I had braces twice, and when I got them, the big deal, Invisalign wasn't a thing. When I got them, the big deal was invisible brackets as opposed to the metal brackets.
oh,
So
wait,
you
like
either
the
get
plastic
clear
ones?
brackets,
Yeah.
or metal brackets,
Right.
which
Did
is
you
like
what
those?
most
Did you
people
like
had. The first time I had braces, I was in junior high and I had the metal brackets, and the second time I had them, I talked my orthodontist into the clear brackets,
Why did
even
you
though
have to
they
get
were
them
more.
twice?
Because my orthodontist, I think, was a total schemer, and had this thing running where it was like, well, before all your teeth have come in, then we need to adjust this, and this, and then
Don't they-
after
I
your
feel like
wisdom
all
teeth have come
dentists are
in,
like that.
we need to adjust this and this. So it was at phase 1, phase 2. Ba-bang.
That's
I don't know how
bull.
real life
How
that
do you
was,
find
but
a
it sucked.
dentist that
Because I had
isn't
like
a-
4 years of braces. It
Yeah.
sucked.
Oh, that's a lot.
How do you think you find a dentist that isn't a shithead and isn't going to try to upsell all this extra
I don't
shit?
know, because you never know. Like, you're
Well,
not
it's
an
the
expert
same as
yourself.
finding a mechanic. Like, you just have to
Yeah.
go through a bunch of bad ones until you find one
Or
that
you
you like.
can't you just go through Yelp or something? I'm sure
Well, yeah, I
Yelp-
mean, you can.
That's
but
how I
who
found
knows
my-
how reliable
I have
Yelp
a mechanic
is.
right now who I love
The
very
guy you
much.
sent
the
me
guy I
to?
sent you to, and they are no bullshit. And
No
they'll-
bullshit. I went in and I was like,
Yeah.
hey, guys, I think there's something really wrong with my car. And they were like, no, you're good.
Really?
And I'm like, what mechanic says, no, you're good?
Yeah.
Fucking like,
Awesome.
they like
Usually
looked at it and
find,
they were
like,
like,
17 things.
honestly, here's what you're experiencing. It's not that big of a deal. If you want, we can fix it, but it's not going to, like, break your car.
Yeah.
That's
And I was
nice.
like, awesome, thank
So
you.
I went in
Honest.
back when I had the slush-o-mobile, and wait, don't worry about
Oh,
it.
yeah.
And it was my Volkswagen Beetle, and that had slush-o stickers on. I've talked about it before. Anyway, so I went in there, and I was like, what's wrong with my car? And they were like, well, let's take a look at it. And then like maybe like an hour later, they were like, here's what's wrong with it. Here's how much it's going to cost to fix. You know, we're going to knock off some stuff because you're a new customer.
Aw.
And if you don't want to pay it now, you can just pay it like whenever. It doesn't matter.
What?
And I was like, wait, what? He's like, yeah, don't worry about it.
That's
I was
super
like,
nice.
okay, you just have a customer for life now because
Yeah.
that's the thing. Like you,
They're so cool.
business people that are watching this, which I don't know why you would have stumbled upon this video, but business people who are watching
Business
this,
people
or
not
how about
allowed.
this?
Too
Not just
busy.
business people. How about this? How about if you're a
Future
supervisor,
business people.
or if you're someone in charge of a team, or if you're a teacher? How about think about this? If you're cool and accommodating and compromising and communicative, people will be more likely to be your friend and trust you and want to be around you more. And
And
that
they'll
goes
respond
for
to you better.
businesses and people and friends and everything.
Can I tell you, Steve, that the first time I went to that mechanic and I was like, yeah, my friend Steve Zaragoza told me to come to you guys, and they were like, Slusho!
There it
Like,
is.
"Oh, that's
There it is.
adorable."
Yeah,
It
we're good.
was
We're good
very
pals.
funny.
We're
That's
good
nice.
pals over there.
I'm
was
super
very funny.
spoiled. My stepdad's a mechanic, so I have no idea at all, and I'm super spoiled, and
So
I'm
you're
always
just
scared.
using your family member.
I'll be perfectly
that.
honest. My dad's a mechanic and my mom's a dental hygienist. So this whole conversation right now,
What the fuck?
I stole all of my childhood. I didn't do any research. I just used
Right?
my mom and my dad. And then I moved far, far away to Los Angeles
Isn't that
and
so
was left
scary?
on my own to figure this stuff out.
It's so scary, and everybody's totally out to get you. They're like totally out to get you.
I went through a bunch of bad dentists out here. Well, that's not true. The last dentist I went to is who Joe told me to go to, and Joe's person's good.
Joe's person's good?
And
Maybe
your
I'll go to that
mechanic's
person.
good. Joe's person is good, and your mechanic's
Okay,
good.
so are you
nice.
sure Joe's dentist person is good? That person.
No, just Joe's person.
Just Joe's person.
Yes.
Let's
We all have
see.
a person.
Program and Fool from the Reddits goes, what is the best board/card game out there? Ooh, that is definitely Trisha's forte.
What a loaded question.
Right?
That's very loaded.
It depends what mood you're in.
Yeah,
I
it
know,
does.
because you
Ooh.
can very easily say, like, Munchkin or Cards Against
Munchkin's
Humanity or...
Cards
Like-
Against Humanity if you're feeling in a mischievous mood.
I mean, honestly, I feel like I'd say the best is subjective. 'cause
so we're
the
saying
best
card
is all-
game, is that it?
Card or board game.
Oh, card or board.
super
This is
broad.
bullshit!
this
It's
is
fun!
Yeah, this
Let's
is
just do board games then,
Okay.
because those are a little bit more
Best
honed
board
in.
games.
Yeah, I have
Best-
three.
best-
I have top three.
Let's knock it down. Knock it down
Best.
to one.
Knock it down to one.
Knock it down to one.
Okay, knock it down to one. I got it. It is Race to the Galaxy.
Go. Because
What?
it's Monopoly.
No.
Monopoly's good.
Monopoly is universally
Monopoly
good.
is
You could
good.
go in and say Settlers of Catan
That's
or
good, too.
Carcassonne.
I love
Or
Settlers.
like Ticket to Ride.
God, there's
or
so
some other
many
shit.
good games
But like,
right
guys,
now.
Carcassonne? You know Carcassonne?
hell yeah.
I fucking love you, man.
Are we gonna play it?
Are we gonna make out?
We have to play
So
it.
here, guys.
We've
the
never
great
played Carcassonne
Seven
in the office.
Wonders is really good. There's so many
Seven
good games right now. I don't know
Wonders.
if Seven Wonders is probably considered a card game though. God, I don't know. This is an awful question.
I
I
mean,
feel
it's-
like
this
you're
question.
asking me to
Wait.
murder. I feel like I have 8 children.
How
and you're
about this?
asking
How
me
about
to
this? How
murder
about this?
7
How
of
about
them.
this? How about this?
three?
Not even top 3, because
Okay.
that'll take too long. How about
No.
this?
Just don't
What
make
is?
me pick.
How about this? What is your favorite?
That's so many. I have top 3.
Because like we're gonna say the best and be like it's the best, regardless of what you believe is that.
Oh, your
it's a-
personal.
What's
yeah,
your
personal
personal
fave.
favorite?
Yeah.
Right now?
Sure.
This is my problem. Is I'm like this changes
Right.
on a
There are,
daily
like,
basis.
I have to.
Sagas.
Okay, so I know my personal favorite card game currently is Cards Against Humanity.
Okay.
For sure.
Okay,
I
makes
love
sense.
the company. I love what they do. I love everything about it.
You
I
even
love.
bought shit from them.
I bought shit from them. I bought all their holiday
You buy
bullshit
all
stuff.
of it.
I'm
You
like,
bought the
yes,
bullshit.
I buy all of their stuff basically because
Yeah.
I love them. I love what they do. They're just a no bullshit company,
Yeah.
except for when they sold bullshit. But they're no
they're-
bullshit otherwise.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, my favorite current board game is and it probably will forever be my Indiana Jones Monopoly. Because it comes in a cool wooden box, like it's a crate.
It's very
That's
cool.
cool.
And it's like
It's
a crate with the
very
arc in it
cool.
almost, and then it's got like the little idol, and it's got like things and like all the Indiana Jones
No,
pieces.
that's
The only thing
very,
that
very
sucks
cool.
about it is that it has Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull bullshit on the board.
Oh.
And the Crystal Skull is one of the game
That makes you
pieces.
sad.
And it's like, what a bunch of garbage.
I'm sorry.
That makes you
That ruined
sad.
I wish
everything.
it was just the 3 of them. The 3 of them matter.
My favorite card game right now is probably Boss Monster.
That's good stuff.
Which is super, super fun, and I love to support indie game developers. Favorite board game is so tough, though. Like, that's what I'm like, I could go a special edition Monopoly. I could. Those are fun, and I love Monopoly. Like, I cannot
Monopoly's the
say
best.
Are
Monopoly's
you
bad.
guys the one, like, can you play for hours?
Yes.
Oh,
Do you have
yeah.
sessions
Yes.
that are like
Yes.
4 or
But
5
yeah,
hours
but the
long?
problem is-
Yeah.
5
that-
hours is a casual game,
Oh.
honey.
But
Wait till you get into the
problem
week-long one.
is that Trisha, I don't know if you have the same problem I have with Monopoly, is that no one ever wants to play it.
And nobody wants to
Ever.
trade you.
And I've talked to you about this before, I think. I have a spreadsheet of my friends as far as how
would.
intensive gamers they are. Because if I'm going to have a game night, I can do casual games and invite my casual gamer friends.
Right.
Cards
Or I
Against
can do
Humanity.
super intense nerdy games
Right.
and invite my intense gamer friends. And you cannot cross these sections of friends because
no.
if you have casual gamer friends and you try to play
Hardcore.
and you try to play something super hardcore,
They're
they're
gonna
going
be
to tune out. They're going to be really upset and they just want to play Cards Against Humanity
It's
for the
tough.
2
It's
millionth
very
time.
tough. It's very tough.
But when you have your intense gamer friends over, they don't want to play Cards Against Humanity. They want to sit down and play
They wanna
Arkham,
strategize.
or
Yeah.
you know, like they want to sit there and play
But
Axis and Allies
I'm
for
the
a
kind of
million
guy
hours.
though that would want to play a little Cards Against Humanity or Munchkin or, you know.
Well, yeah,
take it
you're
to
flexible.
Rex.
But you
You
want to
can
know
do
what kind of
both.
night it's going to be before you go in. Like
No, I
what
don't
kind
really
of
care.
night is it?
I'm down for whatever.
Really?
Yeah, I'm one of those
I wanna
guys that's
know.
like just give
I
it.
want to know because it's an investment.
Well,
Like,
and as the planner of the event, do you ask people to come over at 7 or 4:30?
Jesus.
Because if it's an intense game night, you ask everyone over at 4:30.
I mean, yeah, you invite them over
Because
at
then it
4:30.
goes till 1 a.m. and you've gotten a good chunk
Yeah,
of your
but
game.
you
That's
invite them
true.
over at 4:30 so that you can chill out and hang out and talk and laugh
little
and wait
bit.
for the late people to get there.
No.
That are always late.
You late, you're out.
I love that.
Well, but you
I like
can't
that a
show up
lot.
in the middle of a game.
No, you can't.
No,
That's what
that's
I
why
mean.
you're
If you're
out.
late, you're done.
So
You're
if
done.
you're late, and they're on their
Just don't
way,
come.
You're a
what do you say? Don't
spectator.
come
Don't
in?
come. No, you're a spectator.
Spectator. Great.
You're welcome to spectate.
Ooh, I'm not
this
good at
game.
that. I'm an entertainer. I have to entertain everybody. in my
I can
house.
just see everyone's like, Reina and I are sitting here playing a game. Steve shows up 2 hours late and he's off
Stumbles
in the
in.
corner like, hey guys!
Look at me!
Hey,
Look
let me show you this thing I found on my phone.
Yeah. Look at this gross picture of
Look at
something
the
I
Snapchat
found.
I'm doing right now. Welcome to the
By the
meeting.
way, look at this gross thing I found that I want to share with you guys.
Oh, it's
Boy,
really happening.
I'm gonna. Well, someone told me to hold all these till the end so I can correct my
this.
shot,
You ever
which
seen
is
one of
very
these?
smart.
Smart. I'm gonna do that too.
What is
Wait, I want to
that?
see. Ew,
It's
So-
not.
All right, it's my turn to pick a.
that was not cool.
Was that disturbing to you?
Here we
A little.
go.
I thought it was
ready.
interesting.
Gecko Shark says, "Can you remember the most intense dream you've ever had? What was it about?"
Intense dream, eh?
I've had a lot of intense dreams, man.
I read somewhere that you're actually dreaming every single night.
Yeah, but you don't
you just
remember.
don't
No, you
remember
just
it.
don't remember. Yeah, and it depends on how your REM sleep is because your sleep cycles are messed up.
I always had crazy intense horror dreams, which is part of why I won't watch horror movies and like I don't let my mind go there because it goes too far. And I like totally put myself in the shoes of the characters in the movie and then I feel like I need therapy after.
Oh God.
Oh, so close, Steve.
Real close.
But yeah, I remember like one in particular. It was something like I was driving and I hit this person somehow, and then I like had to get out of my car to see if the person was alive. But when I got out of my car, like then I found out that there were like people who threw the body in front of my car so that I
Oh
would
my
get out of my
God.
car. And this was in the woods, of course, and I was by myself in the dark in the middle of the night.
That's awful.
Yeah, and so then it was like I knew that there were people, and I was like, do I just get back in my car and go and leave this person here that I potentially just killed? Or do I stay here with this person and risk that like these potentially Hills Have Eyes people are gonna rape or murder me? Awful.
so
Awful.
How does it end? How does the
realistic.
dream end?
you just
with-
wake up.
I have a really weird strategy for when I get nightmares. of
I've
how
got
to
a
get
good
out of them.
strategy too.
Pinching doesn't work, but when I was little, I just decided, because I watched Wizard of Oz a lot, that if I clicked my heels 3 times and said, there's no place like home, I would be transported back to my bed. And to this day, when I have a nightmare, that works.
Okay,
That's
that's good.
adorable.
That's
I
fine.
just close my eyes and click my heels and say, there's no place like home. When I open my eyes, I'm back in my bed.
I keep having this
That's
weird.
adorable.
I keep having a dream where I'm like I kind of have like weird like super abilities. Like I can kind of fly a little bit, but like I mostly hover, and I can kind of like I'm a little bit
Do you
strong.
levitate?
Sort of.
You
yeah.
slightly levitate?
I slightly levitate, but
Like
then
not in control.
But there's also this like muscle that I can kind of flex, and I can go up higher.
Oh.
So it's like very strange. It's very muscular how the
Okay.
flight works.
So
in
are
my
you like
dream.
flexing in your bed in real life?
I just possibly, yeah. Maybe I'm getting
Yeah.
all tense in my bed, but like I keep having this dream where like I'm saving people,
Oh.
and then I'm captured, and then I like all these other people's lives are in my hands,
That is the product of a lot of superhero movies.
right?
Yeah.
But I can't like my powers suddenly aren't working, and like I'm like getting shot, and it's like actually hurting, and
It
and
hurts?
sucks, yeah, and it's like. And I can't really save anybody, and then I just like end up waking up. But it's this weird reoccurring dream.
That's pretty intense.
yeah.
That's
Really
a recurring
intense.
dream.
It's a recurring dream, yeah. Where
That's
it's like I
crazy.
keep trying to save people, but I don't, like, my abilities go away
can't.
when it's
Yeah.
time to.
Wow,
Yeah.
that probably means something.
What do you think it means?
I'm not quite sure. I don't want to speculate.
I don't like to
And
believe
steer
that
you in the wrong
recurring
direction.
dreams mean things because all my recurring ones are terrifying.
Yeah, I
Well,
hear.
it probably just means you're scared of things.
Yeah, I hear that like they're not representative of anything particular. They're just kind of like a mishmash of what your brain decides to retain and keep latent and stuff.
Yeah, I hear there's a
but-
lot of stuff like from the
Yeah.
day that you didn't really think of that'll appear back in your
Yeah.
dream at some point
like,
or something.
Yeah, that happens a lot. My recurring dream is that like it's really weird. I'm running on like a hiking trail and I'm tripping, but like I trip like once and then like I trip like a lot and then I'll trip like a fuckload and then I'll fall off the cliff and then I'll wake up. And I
Whoa.
can feel the jolt.
Do you know what that is?
What is that?
At least I read
That's
that
a
this is
thing?
what this is. Well, when you wake up because you're falling,
Yeah, like
waking up
jolt.
because jolting awake
Yeah,
because you're
yeah.
falling. I've read, correct me if I'm wrong, but I've read that that's your heart skipping a beat in your sleep.
Whoa.
that was okay.
That was super off.
I've read that when
Very
your
off.
heart skips a beat when you're sleeping, it like you jolt
Yeah.
back into rhythm.
I really do. Like my
know
whole
if that's
body
true.
gets shocked, and it's really annoying.
Weird.
yeah, but that
Yeah.
happens to people a lot. Or like if you
Interesting.
trip and fall in a dream,
That,
that
yeah,
happens.
that happens to me all the time. The other thing I have is I used to really hate nightmares, and my mom told me that it's because I sleep. I used to sleep like this, and she's like, "Oh, it's because you're holding your heart down, so you should like sleep like on your side or like not like that." And then I never had nightmares ever again. But when I used to have nightmares, you're supposed to look at your hand, and your hand is not recognizable
Oh
in
yeah.
your dream.
That's kind of a thing in Waking Life too. Did you ever see that
Really?
movie?
No.
Waking
So
Life?
like if your hand's blurry, it means you're dreaming.
Or
Yeah, and
your
there's
hand
another
just
thing-
you just don't recognize your hand. Like you know your hand very
Right.
well, or your psyche's very aware of like the somatosensory areas or whatever. So if you look at it and you don't recognize it, then you're dreaming.
Here's some other things to do
I
if you
like
don't know
that.
you're dreaming. Look at a clock because the time is always like fucked up. It
yeah,
doesn't
it's
look
like
right.
62
Okay.
o'clock.
Or flip a light switch. And light switches don't work.
I always breathe
Interesting.
underwater in dreams. And
Yeah,
that's how
I
I
can do
find
that
out
too.
I'm dreaming.
See, I can breathe underwater in dreams, but it feels like I'm struggling.
Why
to
aren't
breathe.
you guys afraid of that? That scares me so
I don't
much.
know. It's weird.
Yeah, I don't know.
I also have this
Yeah.
dream where I swim around in ketchup. Like a giant bottle of ketchup.
And it's like, wait, is it
Okay.
difficult?
Yeah,
Can you
it's
feel
really
the tension?
tough.
That
Yes.
would be so gross.
It's
the
so
idea of
icky.
like choking in a vat of ketchup.
Ketchup, it's like
Yeah.
kind of vinegary.
Oh.
Imagine that smell of swimming in ketchup.
You can't smell it. Your nostrils are clogged.
It was icky.
All right, super quick.
Super quick, uno mas.
Boy with Apple on Reddit says, what new thing, be it a book or a play or a film, etc., have you discovered that you want to share this week? Why do you like it and how did you find it? Okay, so what do you want to share?
Wait,
A book.
what?
I have a book.
Go.
It's called Doomed by Chuck Palahniuk.
Okay.
And it is.
Oh, Polinick's great.
I love
Polinick.
And it's-
Choke is one of my favorite books.
Oh,
ever.
so good. Okay, it's really fucked up so far. I've only
Okay.
gotten like a fourth of the way through. Nothing is explained. It's written in like almost like a blog diary form, and she like calls out to people that are like kind of responding to her. It's very
Okay.
strange. It's worth reading. It's very creepy. I'm assuming it's gonna take a very weird sci-fi turn. It already has, but
That's cool.
it's very fun. I like it. Check it out. Doomed
New
or
thing,
Doomed.
I don't know if this counts, but Imitation Game. I don't know if
Oh.
that counts as a new thing. See that movie if you haven't. It may potentially, the big quote of that movie is right up there for me with my favorite quotes from Hobbit and Moulin Rouge.
What?
Wow.
Which
No.
like make those movies my favorite movies.
Wait, what is it for Moulin Rouge? Tell me.
Oh, the greatest thing you ever learned is just to love and be loved and never return. Amazing quote. Same thing with It's the Small Everyday Deeds of Ordinary Folk that Keep the Darkness at Bay from The Hobbit. So those are like my two all times, and I don't want to say what the quote is from Imitation Game
Don't,
for
yeah,
anyone that
don't.
hasn't
I haven't
seen
finished
it.
it yet. I'm halfway through
But
it.
if you've seen the movie, you'll know what quote I'm talking about, and I think it's just beautiful. And I think the whole movie is just beautiful and educational and lovely, and the acting's superb. And go see Imitation Game.
I personally am. It's not something new that I've just discovered, but it's something that I'm currently obsessed with and have been obsessed with for quite a while. Is the Eric Andre show? It's this show that is just fucking bonkers. And to me,
man.
I could go on and on and on and on and on
You
about
love it
why I
so
love it so
much.
much. And I
Yeah.
feel like it's one of those things where people watch it and either they absolutely hate it,
Yeah.
they don't understand it, or they love it.
You have to
I don't
be
think
of the
there's
right
any-
generation.
And you have to be in the right mindset.
I
Yeah.
honestly think it's one of those things where, like, ooh, close, baby. It's one of those things where I wish television was like that. And now, because of the Eric Andre show, I am
It might be
spoiled
like that.
for any talk show ever.
Oh,
ever
Weren't
again.
you just saying this morning? It was either this morning or yesterday that you think this is your favorite show of all time.
I
ever.
think at least my favorite comedy show of all time.
okay.
ever made.
Okay.
Because it's just so absurd and ridiculous. Like I watch Conan now or like Kimmel, and it's
Conan's
like
good.
it's really just those things where it's like, so what funny thing happened on the set today? And what did you do when you were walking your dog? You know, and it's like, but the Eric Andre show takes that and literally flips it completely upside
Good
down, then
explanation.
spins it 50 million fucking times,
Yeah.
vomits on it, pisses and shits on it, vomits again on it, eats it all up, vomits that up again, spins it a couple more times, then spins it back the
making
right
it
way.
sound bad.
So
No,
if
it's
you're
just
a fan
insanity.
of Zaragoza style, very, very random Tim and Eric-esque comedy, you should
Sure.
watch the Eric
I
Andre
guess so.
show.
If you're into watching something that's very bonkers and that could conceivably scramble your brain, and probably be the only thing visually without actually taking drugs, would be the equivalent of actually
You're
taking
saying
drugs.
watching the Eric Andre show is like drugs.
I don't know because I've never taken any drugs before, but for me, visually, it almost is in a
Yeah.
way. Anyway, so that's that, guys. We talked about a lot.
Yeah,
covered
we did.
a lot of
And
great stuff.
once again, we want to make sure to thank Domain.com for bringing you this episode.
Thank you, Domain.com.
Thank you.
We welcome you into our home. You can break bread with us every want. Thank you for watching. I'm Steve.
I'm Trish.
I'm Reina.
Hashtag table talk if you want to put a topic in there. No big deal. Let's see what this one says. I'm not going to read it. I'm just going to read it to myself.
Well, I want to do that too.
Glad I didn't read that one.
Okay.